Stu are on the air.
Ready? Right.
Whether you're fading with Drew or riding with Cam, this is the place to get your weekly NFL picks. Presented by Sports Interaction, Canada's sportsbook.
Everything you got, let's go.
Hello and welcome to Week 8 of the Drew and Stu podcast. Cam, can you believe it's already been 7 weeks of the NFL season? It flies by.
I can't believe it either. No, I was just sitting there going, oh my God. Like, I know I was doing some other videos like Week 8. Like, it feels like we just started. But you said it, Drew. Like, all the sports are rolling right now. Busy time of the year, my friend.
Cam, you went 9-4 last week, 2-1 on your best bets. Congratulations, Barry Horowitz. I was 6-7 and 0-3 on my best bets. Bad week. The Green Bay Packers absolutely shredded me. I was in one of those sad states Sunday night. You know, when you have those bad weeks and you're sitting there like, yeah, I made some bad bets. That was me.
It's actually really frustrating. Like, it changed. Like, when I lose money, like, it's not just that. It's like people are like, I talk to them and go, oh, you know, you're gonna have bad weeks, but you don't understand. Like, you're doing videos, like you put yourself out there. It's like you take it hard. Like, when you have bad NFL weeks, like, it affects my mood. It affects like my everything. Like, it's not just the money. It's more about like you want to give good picks to people. You don't want to be like having those weeks. Like, I don't even care about, like, sometimes I don't even care about the bread. I care about like the reputation. You know? Well,
exactly, because like not only am I losing, if you're tailing me, you're losing as well. So it's like a double whammy in my back of my mind. I'm just like, oh man.
Guess they could fade us every week too, right, Drew? But I had a good week last week. So,
Cam, you said it on the show before you made your Chargers pick that Justin Herbert is the most overrated quarterback in the NFL, and you still made it one of your best bets. So
I don't know why. Everything else was good. Ravens were my big play. Eagles were my big play. First of all, Drew, I'm going to do something. I'm going to be a real man. Apologies to @the_Scott Chiefs fan who rips me on Twitter every time. I'm going to be a man about it. I'm going to say, you know what? Shout out to you. Chargers are horrible. It's not about the bets or whatever. You're fine. I know I come at the Chiefs, but I'm going to say one thing. Their defense, Drew, let's give the Chiefs credit. Their defense is one of the most this is the best defensive team they've had in a long time. So @the_Scott, I'm not that guy. I'm sorry about before. I say, oh, the false start, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm going to be a man and apologize. Congratulations.
Yeah, that was just a good old-fashioned ass-kicking, Cam, by the Chiefs on the Chargers. It wasn't.
Oh, the Chargers they're the opposite of a lightning bolt. I told you. Light showers, power outage. The phone's always dead. When we bet on LA Chargers, buy a new Charger.
Since Herbert's been drafted, he has the most losses by any quarterback in the NFL.
Guy's doing Subway commercials. At least Patrick Mahomes for State Farm or whatever wins games. The Kelsey, like, I know Kelsey's mom wants to have a date with Jimmy Garoppolo. They win games. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the Kelseys are successful. Mahomes is successful. No offense. If I was Subway, I'd pull Herbert. I don't want you on my commercial. That's a loser sandwich.
Yeah, well, I mean, they had Russell Wilson was their sponsor last year.
Oh, I know. They got some real. They did some bad hires. Right? Wilson and Herbert, bad team.
They picked some bad candidates. That's for sure. State Farm would smoke Subway. All right, Cam. Let's get into the ad read quickly here. This show is brought to you by Sports Interaction, your homegrown sportsbook, where local takes on an entirely different meaning, focusing on the teams, games, and players that matter to you. Sports Interaction is on the ground, on top of all the local trends, offering prop bets that you'd never even imagined existed, from same-game parlays to the best in-class casino featuring thousands of games and live 24/7 dealers, giving you that Vegas experience any time of day. Come for the sports, stay for the casino. And now, introducing the Locker Room, Cam, the first of its kind in Canada, a live watch party for the biggest games of the week, providing an in-game tips built directly into the app and site, a groundbreaking dual-screen experience premiering Thursday night for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Buffalo Bills game. Sports Interaction, your homegrown sportsbook. Go to sportsinteraction.com/SDPN to open an account. Bet local. 19 plus. Please play responsibly.
Love the sports. Love the casino. You know me, Drew. Everything all into one. You add chicken wings and beer, and we got the four-legged parlay here. Same game parlay.
It was. Cam, let's do like a fun teaser at the end. We'll do a teaser together or something, or a fun parlay or whatever. But let's get into it, Cam. The Bills coming off of, I don't even know what that was against the Patriots. Their defense didn't show up. Their offense yet again doesn't score a first half touchdown. I don't know what McDermott's doing, Cam, but whatever he's coaching and Ken Dorsey's coaching, like, start letting Josh Allen loose and running the football, because you see when they're down 2 scores in the fourth, they're like, all right, Josh, just do what you do, and then he comes back and does it. So, like, it doesn't make sense to me, Cam, but they're 8.5-point favorites. So
it's almost like he wakes up out of bed and just doesn't have like his coffee. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I watch him I'm like, first of all, New England's been awful this year, but Drew, you know what? This is what we're going to say about this game. Tampa Bay was playing really well. All of a sudden, I got to give them credit. They're 2-0 on the road. The Bills are 3-0 at home, but they barely beat the Giants. But short week, loss to the Patriots in a divisional game. Tampa Bay, this is not a good spot for these guys. But the problem is the Bills' defense is really concerning me. The line has gone up. I'm going to tell you this, Drew. I think the Bills win this game between 10 and 13. Tampa Bay, I don't think they're a very good football team. They're coming back down to earth. The Bills, on the other hand, they're playing really bad football. But I'm telling you, they're going to lay the smackdown on somebody soon. And I think it's going to be this week. I think the Bills win by 10 and cover the 8.5. Give me Buffalo Bill. But I'm telling you, this team's starting to really anger me.
Yeah, Cam, it was one of my big plays last weekend, and I just couldn't believe what I was watching with the offense. And they'll wake up. They have to. I mean, as you've seen on Monday Night Football, the Minnesota Vikings got the San Francisco 49ers. Anyone can beat anybody on any Sunday, but that was a disappointing performance. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Bills here as well, just because the Bucks beat the teams that are worse than them. Like but then the teams that are better than them, we saw with the Lions and the Eagles, just smoke them.
Let's make a case for the Bills, Drew. They scored 6 points at home against Detroit and 13 against Atlanta. So they've scored 19 points. You can say the Bills' offense is struggling. 13 against Atlanta and 6 against the Lions. They've scored 19 points in their last 2 games. Buffalo has not been great, but they should be able to beat these guys by double digits. If they don't, I'll be disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, I know the record is 3-0 at home, but it's technically 3-1, Cam, because that London game counted as a home game for some reason for the Bills, even though it was a Jags game. But yeah, all right, we're both on the Buffalo Bills, Cam. We'll both be disappointed Thursday.
Dangerous, yep.
Somehow Baker Mayfield covers.
Why did we bet this team as a favorite? Yes,
I know, It doesn't make any sense. Atlanta Falcons, Cam, going to Tennessee to take on the Titans. The Titans are 2.5-point home dogs. Falcons coming off their big win. You called it. I didn't. That was on the other side. You can start here, Cam. Do you believe in Henry and the boys coming off a bye? They've had 2 weeks to prepare for Desmond Ridder. Their defense and Vrabel usually get up for stuff like this. I've loved betting on the Titans this year, so I'm kind of leaning Tennessee, but tell me why I shouldn't bet on them if I shouldn't.
No, I'll actually tell you why I should. I don't like the game at all, but we have to pick them all. And right now, my lean is Tennessee. We're getting 2.5 points. Vrabel off the bye. I know they honored him in New England last week, but it doesn't matter. He's all business. He's going to take care of business. This Atlanta team, with all the weapons that they have, there's still many flaws with this football team. Tennessee, one thing I know about them at home, they're 2-0 ATS at home. We had them the week, Drew, remember when they smoked the Bengals? It's something like they're a totally different team at home at Nissan and in Memphis, Tennessee there. So I'm going to take the 2.5 with Tennessee. I got to be honest with you. This game is horrible. Like, it could go either way, but I got to take the home dog. So give me the Titans. I don't really love the game, but I'm going to take them.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Titans as well, just because of the defense and Vrabel off a bye. I know the Titans may not score that much, but I don't think Atlanta's going to score that much either. And speaking of the Falcons, Cam, the nonsense that happened with Bijan Robinson on Sunday, everyone was pissed. The NFL's investigating them now for not releasing the injury beforehand on the Saturday night, even though Arthur Smith said, oh, yeah, Bijan had the headache symptoms Saturday night before the game, so we knew he was going to get a snap count. Okay, well, why didn't you say anything? You just don't report it? And I was telling Cam viewers before the show that I had a crazy anytime TD parlay. Would have hit 65K and Bijan, only one that didn't hit. So it wasn't happy.
You know how hard that stuff is to do, Drew? I tell you, you should mention these things. Like, when you told me the number, like, I was thinking, we've been close like 5 times, 10 times. But like, that's vacation money. That's like, that's, you know what I mean? That's real good stuff.
That's Drew's not hosting week 8 because he's gone to the Bahamas.
It's not me at the sports bar. How about I fly you to a sports bar? But
yeah, exactly.
I can't even believe you hit all those. But good, man, good on you, Drew. And that's really frustrating because I had him starting in fantasy too. And I find this coach.
Well, everybody did. Who would bench Bijan without any notice of it about anything?
A lot of lies going on in these injury reports. We have to be careful. Like, look at Bill Belichick every week. He's like, just, doubtful. Anyway, just, you gotta, it's tough. It's hard to believe these reports.
All right, Cam. The Minnesota Vikings coming off their huge win over San Fran on Monday Night Football. Primetime Kirk shoved that primetime nonsense in everyone's face. Brock Purdy, Cam, did not look good.
Dude, what's going on? Is it Drew? This is the NFL. Oh, weeks ago. Oh, this team's unbeatable.
Oh, yeah, like, Purdy's MVP.
It's a long season. Yeah. Things change in 2 weeks. Now people are like, oh, people have figured out Brock Purdy. What's going on? No, dude, his interceptions were loose too. Like, those are some bad interceptions. They weren't tip balls. They were like into triple coverage.
Well, that second one was like, who you throwing?
Oh, it was awful. Like, hey man, this guy's he's a 7th round draft pick. Let's remember that. Like, I liked him at Iowa State. He's a gamer.
Like we said before, though, Cam, it helps when your team is fully stacked because you only make $800,000.
That's it, buddy.
The Vikings, Cam, my division bet's still alive. I got them at 10-1 last week. The Lions falling. I mean, it's not over till it's over, Cam. And the Vikings have a very easy schedule the rest of the way. But the Packers, Christian Watson hurts his knee again. Aaron Jones still on a snap count. LaFleur doesn't know what's going on. He's yelling at the refs about everything in Denver. I mean, I love this team to beat the Broncos, and they just let Russell Wilson drive down the field. I think the Packers are in shambles. Vikings are rolling, so I'm going to go with the Vikings here. Despite it being a division game, it's still too low of a number for me not to pick Minnesota.
I understand, Drew. I'm going to tell you, like I warned you about Denver last week, I will take Minnesota with you, but don't be surprised if this changes for me. I really worry about the short week. The Vikings played great against the Niners, man. That was a great, and I love Addison. What a gamer that guy is. I've loved him in college. I love him as a pro. And all you guys who rip Kirk Cousins on primetime, just shut up. The guy's fine. Like, these are other narratives that don't make any sense. Don't listen to any narratives. Like, it's just like, really? No, Kirk Cousins, if you give Kirk Cousins time, Drew, he will slay you.
He didn't even have time, though, Cam. The guy's like escaping crazy sacks.
Oh, I know. Like, Kirk, if you think Kirk Cousins is a bad quarterback, you're not watching football. The guy's very good. Like, imagine him on the Browns if they didn't have to pay Deshaun all that money. With that
there's
defense.
Probably 27 teams that would gladly take Cousins over what they currently have.
You know what, Drew? I like where me and you agree. Like, that's the thing. Like, enough of this Kirk Cousins bashing. Like, I just don't know where it comes from. I think he's a very good quarterback. And the thing is, the Minnesota offensive line's not even that great. He's learning how to shuffle his feet better. He's doing a good job. I'm with you on the Vikings, but I worry, Drew. This feels like the type of game where Green Bay's so bad. You know the NFL. Like, it just... the sneaky Green Bay, like losing by one or winning by a field goal. Yeah. Yes, it's coming down to the wire. Let's put it that
way. Cam, the Houston Texans going to Carolina to take on the Panthers. Panthers, home dogs. Miles Sanders looks like he's going to be back. Houston coming off the bye. Damian Pierce going to get a full workload again. The Singletary nonsense has got to stop. It's bothering me in my fantasy leagues. Cam, both these teams, it's Stroud against Young. It's pick one against pick two. Stroud's been looking better, but Bryce Young got it going lately with Thielen and the gang. This game is going to be a stay away from me altogether because I don't like either of these teams, but I got to go Houston, I think, just because Stroud's looked a little bit better.
Well, we're going to introduce Bagman for the first time. He's been behind the curtain waiting for his act, right, Drew? We've been stealing the show. Where has he been? We've agreed on the first few games. I'm going to take Carolina. I think the bye week helps. You're right. This is a game, like, if this is your favorite game of the week, that's like, wow, you know something I don't know. But I will say, Young is getting better. They're going to have a week to prepare. And the thing about Houston is, like, I don't like them as a favorite. I prefer them as a dog. I think the number, it's going to be probably close to the number. So if I think the game's going to be a 3-point game, why would I take a 3-point favorite when I get a 3-point underdog? Give me the Cats. I told you I like Birds over Cats last week. Birds beat up Birds. Seahawks, Eagles, Ravens, my flock of birds were they attacked all the human shit on their cars. They were a great pack of birds. But this week we might have to go back to some cats.
Going back to the Cats. Where do you think Mystery Tiebreaker Man is on this one?
Oh, he's on Houston.
Wrong.
He's on the Cats.
He's on the Cats.
Oh, Bagman. That surprises me.
Usually you're pretty quick with it and instantly get the first one right. But
didn't you think he'd go with Houston?
I thought so too. But when I got the picks, I was like,
shocks me. Wow, Bagman's throwing curveballs this week.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Cam. The Jacksonville Jaguars going to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Steelers, their impressive win coming off a bye. We both called it. We said Tomlin off a bye against the Rams was a good pick. The Rams did get screwed in that game, though, a little bit. I think they should have been better. The Jags, big win. We called that as well on the Thursday night. They've had 10 days to prepare for the Steelers. Are the Jags for real? Is the Steelers defense for real? This is a lot of which one of you guys is for real. This game is going to show us a lot, Cam. I got to go with the home team just in a close game like this.
You know what, Drew? I agree with you. And you know what? I really like Jacksonville. You know what kind of fan I am of this team, but there's something about Pittsburgh with that defense. I think this is a spot play, and it's a really tough spread. Also, people look at that line. Jacksonville went from 1 to 2.5, and we're still getting Jacksonville money. It kind of leaves me concerned. I'm going to take Pittsburgh plus 2.5 in this game. I think the Steelers can win, so I'll take the points. Very tough. Drew, I got to be honest with you. I'm looking at this card this week going, man, this is tough.
Well, and
I felt better about last week.
Cam, the Jags almost blew it on Thursday night against the Saints last week. Like they
did.
They were up by 2 scores, and they were just like, "Oh, here you go, come back in the game." So I could see any of that happening. Can Kenny Pickett and the gang keep up with the Jags? If the Jags score, probably not. But I think the Steelers defense can hold them in check enough for this to be like a 17-13 win for the Steelers.
Yeah, hey, as long as they can win 17-15, we get 2.5. As long as they don't lose by 3 or more, we're fine. Steelers.
Well, I think the Steelers are winning this game outright. That's why I like the Steelers.
So do I.
So
I think they'll win by 3.
All right, we're in agreement a lot today. The Saints going to Indy to take on the Colts. The Colts, Cam, you were on them. They got screwed. They covered the number, but they should have won that game outright against the Browns. I've never seen so many nonsense calls at the end of a game. I was like, okay, this ref clearly bet on the Cleveland Browns. I know shouldn't say that, but
it was disgusting.
It was bad.
We can call it refs, and I know you guys complain, whatever, but honestly, if you didn't watch the end of that game, it was comical. Like, they did everything in their power to help Cleveland. Hey, Indianapolis still covered. I don't know why people are wanting Cleveland money line so much, but
that illegal contact on that sack fumble, he didn't touch him. It was like a little hand, like a regular route, and he was open. Like I was like,
it was a shame, actually. Like, the Colts got screwed. Let's call it out for what it is. I'm not even a Colts fan. That was disgusting.
Yeah. All right. Well, they're 1.5 point favorites against the Saints. Richardson obviously out for the season, so Minshew's still starting. This Downs kid, the Cam, looks like a really good receiver.
He does.
He's been exploding the last 3 weeks. Who are you going with in here? I'll let you start this one because I have no idea. This game's gross.
Oh, God, it is so bad, man. I'm just looking at the schedule going, what are we doing? We're picking games. Like, these could go either way. I'm going to take the Saints. I feel bad for Ethan Morrow, too. Like, dude, you got to make that catch. Like, I know he's a cancer survivor and stuff like that. Even he was disgusted. Like, that was the easiest ball. Me and you catch that ball. I hate to say it. Like, literally, with anybody with athleticism, he got excited early. It's like he was just hanging out in the air and probably thought about it, and it collapsed. I
felt bad because he's crying on the sideline after.
I know. I know. It's like, and he seems like a good dude, but I hate to say it. It's a nice story, but you got to catch that ball. Like, you got to catch that ball. And he'll be the first guy to tell you that. I'm going to take the Saints. I'll give them one more chance. I know a lot of people are going to come back to the Colts this week because they played Cleveland tough, but I got to be honest with you. I know there's a lot of problems with the Saints, but these are the type of weird games. Like, remember when they beat New England 34-0? I feel it's like a Saints week. So, and I don't really have any data to back it up.
Yeah,
it's more of a feeling.
Which Derek Carr are we going to get? That's what I don't know. Like, we saw Carr in the first half against Jacksonville was terrible. He's yelling at his receivers for running the wrong route, but he's throwing the ball 20 feet out of bounds. I couldn't believe that play. He's like yelling at Olave, like, you're supposed to go here. You're supposed to go here.
So Olave is going to be back, right? Didn't he have like a driving charge this week?
Yeah, I think he's still going to play because it wasn't a criminal charge. It's just speeding.
Okay, cool.
But we'll see. But yeah, 15 targets for Olave, Cam. Didn't even get over his prop of 65 yards. 15 targets. Unreal. I was like, what is going on? I'm going to go with the Colts here.
Doing, to be honest with you. Like, I expected way more from him. The Saints have been one of the biggest disappointments, but they're still a 3-4 football team, Drew. And I know the Colts are 3-4 as well. Big game. Like, the loser of this game's in trouble and the winner kind of is hanging around. So I'll take the Saints.
I'm going to go with the Colts here, Cam. I think they can keep up with the Saints, and the Browns defense is better than the Saints defense. And Indy had no issues with that Browns front. So yeah, give me the Colts here. Where do you think Mystery Tiebreaker Man is on this one?
I think he's going with the golden horseshoe, the blue horseshoe.
Correct. I thought you were going to think he was on the Saints with you, but
no, you're playing mind games with me now. No, he's horseshoe.
Okay, guaranteed. You were correct. He's you're 1 for 1 or 1-1. The tiebreaker. The Rams going to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Cowboys coming off a bye, 6.5 point favorites. The Rams disappointing performance from pretty much their team besides Puka Nacua. Nacua went off again. This kid's unreal.
He is.
Do you like the Cowboys coming off a bye? No. 6.5. That's a lot of points.
I don't like the Cowboys ever, but I'm going to take them. I think at home they need to start figuring some things out. I think they're a superior team to the Rams. I know the Rams. I don't know what it is. I just don't believe in them still. I think Dallas's defense can get to Stafford. I'm looking at the matchup. Stafford's been tough though. Let's give him credit. He's been a punching bag this year, and he keeps on, gets a lick, keeps on ticking. Like, anyway, I like Dallas to win this game by 10 points. I don't know how you feel about it, Drew, but I don't like laying points, but I think Dallas is going to, you know what? They're a different team at home. That's another thing too. Like, they like to beat up teams like the Rams at home. So I think they're going to win this game by double digits. We're laying 6.5. Give me the star. I probably will regret this pick.
No, I love Dallas in this spot, Cam. It might be in my minerals. We saw last week, like we said with the Steelers, when Stafford has pressure, he's not as mobile as most quarterbacks. He's going to take those sacks. Yep. And I think Dallas is angry after the recent performance with Micah Parsons getting trash talked by everyone online. This defense got pooped on. So I think Dallas is going to wake up here. I could see they might shut out the Rams, Cam. I think Dallas is going to be up for this game more than most. I think this is going to be like a 32-point win for the Dallas Cowboys. Like, I think it's going to be bad.
Wow, good. We're on the same side there. I like Dallas too. It's anything we're getting it under a touchdown. I have a feeling it'll be 7 flat by game time, and I'll still take them.
Yeah, I'd take it up to probably 13.5. That's how confident I am. So,
wow, that's very. Don't be too confident.
I know. I'm not saying the lock word, okay? Because
we don't use the L word on this show anymore.
Yeah, exactly. The Giants, Cam, hosting the Jets, the Battle of New York. Both teams. The Jets coming off a bye, Giants coming off their impressive victory over Washington. I think it was more Sam Howell sucks than anything the Giants did. But Cam, where are you going here? I think I got to go lean Jets because it's not really a road game, and their defense is just so good.
This could change, but I'm with the Jets too. It's funny. I like a lot of minus this week, and I'm a plus man. I don't know. I think it's going to be a very chalky week. People, because the underdogs, like a Minnesota winning outright and all this stuff, and then the NFL will just flip the script on you. So that's starting what I'm thinking. Here's the deal: the New York Jets have an elite defense. They don't have to do too much in this game, and let's call it out for what it is. The Giants are 2-5. You said it, Drew. Great call by you. Washington killed themselves. That was not the Giants being impressive. The Jets, even with that offense, they can do things to the Giants. I like the Jets by a touchdown in this spot. So this could change, but I'm going to take the 3 points. And neutral site game. Both teams play in the stadium. So I'm going to take the New York Football Jets. I think their defense is elite. I think it doesn't matter. The Giants' offense is going to be in quicksand. That's why I'm taking the Jets.
Cam, if the Giants don't have that impressive defensive performance against the Bills and then the win against Washington, this line is probably 6.5,
probably 4.5. It's probably about 4.5, maybe.
Yeah, 5. Well, it's more than what it is. So I think people like to see what they saw recently, and that was Washington losing to the Giants. This isn't the Washington defense; it's the Jets defense. Nope. I think this game could be 6-3, but I think the Jets win. I think it's gonna be I can't see can you see the Giants scoring more than 10 points here, Cam?
No, I see 13 tops, and I think the Jets can get 20.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're both on the Jets here. A lot of agreement today. I like it. Only 2 games disagreed so far.
The Philadelphia on Thursday, Eagles, buddy, during the recap show, our minds can definitely change. These are strong leans, I guess, right now. Yeah.
The Philadelphia Eagles, Cam, going to Washington to take on the Commanders. Almost said their old team name. Whoops. 6.5 point home dogs is Washington. It's NFC East, Cam. We were on Washington last time these 2 teams played. I got to go back to the Washington well here. The NFC East is always tight games. I got to go with Washington blindly.
Drew, I don't know if I've adopted you as a brother. I feel like we're stepbrothers all of a sudden. Yeah, I'm thinking the exact same thing. Here's another thing. Philadelphia is one of those teams now. Everyone saw the Sunday night game, what they did to Miami. Washington always plays Philadelphia tight when they're even bad. Yep. Remember earlier this year, they should have won outright. They actually played a really good game. And what does Philadelphia have on deck? I think it's the Dallas Cowboys.
I can tell you.
A lot of things to think about right here. Yeah, I'm just going to go through the schedule. I'm almost 100%
Eagles host the Cowboys next week.
Give me Washington plus 6.5. I wish we were getting 7, but
yeah, like we were saying, we both like Philly. We both like this to be a close game, and we know they beat the Dolphins last week, but we said their front 7 was going to get to Tua, and when you get to Tua, he has trouble. Washington proved earlier in the season that they can deal with Philadelphia's front, so I think they do it again. They're not going to win. They might win. Who knows? But I think it'll be close.
I think they'll lose by between 1 and 4. We're getting 6.5. Yeah. So we're going to take the commies and hope for the best. That's kind of what we're going to do here. The problem is they haven't covered a spread at home. I kind of actually like that because I think they'll buck the trend and cover the spread at home. They've been better on the road covering numbers. But give me Washington.
All right, Cam. The New England Patriots going to Miami to take on the Dolphins, coming off their big win over the Buffalo Bills. We saw them keep the Dolphins within 7 points in New England, but now it's in Miami, and Miami's getting 9.5 points coming off that loss. Cam, Tua always beats the Patriots somehow, despite having bad games. If you look at his career against the Pats, I think he's won his last 5, but they don't cover these big spreads. This is too many points for me.
Wow, Drew, it's interesting because I'm going to take Miami. I don't like what, there's problems here. The line's been bet down. Yeah, you know what? You might be onto something. This is a changeable pick, but I'm going to take Miami right now. Listen, New England played one good game. Mac Jones, what, you think you're Tom Brady because you played one good game against the Bills? Get back.
I know. I can't believe the dancing this guy's doing.
Oh, this guy's just so much. He's just too much. But anyway, the Bills should have done better. They killed a lot of people. Think about all the parlays, moneyline parlays and teasers that got crushed and survivor picks. I'm going to go with Miami. Big bounce back spot, Drew. I think they're a much better team. They can run up the score. You know what? Miami used to blow out New England when they weren't even good. That's one thing. Miami owns New England. I'm going to take the Dolphins.
Yeah, the issue is, Cam, like we said last time, they held Tyreek in check in Foxborough. They held Tua in check. It wasn't a very good performance by the Dolphins. The issue was they threw a defensive touchdown. But I think New England can keep it close enough. 9.5 is a lot of points, Cam. And we're seeing reverse line movement, which I never like to see. People are betting Miami. It's dropped from 10 to 9.5, like you said. So I could see this being a Thursday switch for you, Cam, if I'm being honest.
It can be too. That's why it's hard, Drew. When we do these bets earlier on in the week, a lot of things change with me. I look at line movement. We got to look at the injuries. we look at the situation. But right now it's Miami. I'm not confident taking New England. I could later. I think that line might go up, actually. I think people will bet Miami still.
What do you think of the fraud claim with the Dolphins? They haven't beat a team over 500 since last September.
They're not a fraud. They're a good football team. They ran in. It was a good spot for the Eagles. The Dolphins are still.
I know, Cam, but if they don't beat teams above 500, they can't be that great, right?
I don't know. Like look at the way the Bills are playing. Everybody was
anointing
San Francisco the Super Bowl. Other than look at the schedule. Even the Chiefs, who are very good defense, like their schedule has been pretty easy. So you could look at all these teams. You can make cases against them all. Like Philadelphia has actually probably been the most consistent team, I guess, or them in Kansas City, right? Would you say?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's gonna be a Super Bowl rematch at this rate, the way everyone's playing.
It's early.
All right, where do you think mystery tiebreaker man is on this one, Cam?
Mystery tiebreaker's on the fish.
Ooh, correct. I think we know he hates the Pats, so it was pretty easy.
Yes, he does. He has a real New England hatred. He hates Chowda and all sorts of other stuff from Boston.
Cam, I think your Seahawks are in a bad spot here, but let's see if you agree with me. The Browns going to Seattle, take on the Seahawks. Seahawks 3-point home favorites. Cam, I don't care.
The Browns are in a bad spot. They're in a bad spot.
I don't care. No, this is the Browns all day on this
good.
side, Cam.
Good. You take the Browns then.
I'm going to. Tell me why you're taking the Seahawks.
Yeah, I just think the Cleveland Browns, everyone thinks, oh, yeah, what? So you beat Indianapolis? Who cares? Seattle hasn't been, the offense has been stagnant a little bit, but Smith and Jigba got in the game right now. I like Bobo. I like a lot of the things that they're doing. Metcalf didn't even play the damn game. It's fine. Seattle's going to be good. This is Cleveland. Now they got to fly across country to play Seattle. It's only 3. Seahawks by 7-10, Drew. I'm sorry. I'm Mr. Cleveland Brown. I take them against San Francisco. I was against them with Indy. I got a pretty good read on this team. I think they're going to lose this. I think the Seahawks are going to beat down the Browns. If Myles Garrett, if he plays the way he does, though, I'm in big trouble. But if he just gets neutralized, then I'm very satisfied with Seattle.
I'm worried about Geno's pocket.
Geno's health?
I think he might get
Geno might come back in like a body bag the way Garrett's playing.
Their front's been playing well. I know Seattle has the weapons, but like you said earlier in the season, Cam, Seattle's not the same team at home as they used to be. They're almost a better road team.
I agree. And they play well on the East Coast and stuff. Know what I think Seattle's going to do, though? Opposite to what people think. I think Kenneth Walker, I think they're going to use Cleveland's pursuit against them, and I think he's going to have a monster day to set up the pass. That's the only Seattle will cover. Yeah. Trust me. Cleveland is a very aggressive team. I think Pete and the boys will have some game plans, lots of screens. Lots of success.
All right, we're in disagreement once again. Where do you think tiebreaker man is on this one?
Cleveland Brown.
Ooh, incorrect, Cam. Seattle Seahawks.
I'm not doing very well. Bagman, 50% this week? Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's only been 4 games, so maybe you improve it, but we'll see. Ravens, Cam. Huge win. We both liked them this week. We didn't think there was going to be that big of a slap job.
Dude, I thought they were going to win by like 10 or 13. Like the fact that they blew out Detroit was just like, whoa, man.
It was crazy. Like embarrassingly bad. The Ravens 8.5-point favorites on the road in Arizona. The Cardinals look like they are who they thought they were. I know they beat the Dallas Cowboys, but since then they've been absolute shambles. And can they pick a running back, Cam? Amari Demercado is now their starter, and last week it was Keontae Ingram. Like they can't pick who's starting the running back with Connor out. Dobbs doesn't look as great as he used to. Marquise Brown's banged up. Their weapons just aren't exciting. The Ravens, I think, are Super Bowl contenders, so they should be able to cover this number, Cam. So I have to go with the Ravens in this spot. I don't like it, but I'm going to go Baltimore.
This game is changeable. I'm putting an asterisk beside it. I will take Arizona for now. This is what I do in the NFL, Drew. It's like, people can dissect, trends and this and that, whatever. It's kind of like what I look with Detroit. I look at teams that are peaking that the media gets on and I'm off. This week it's Baltimore. They're everyone's darling. I think they're a wicked football team. But this feels like a take a week off, get out of Dodge game. I think they probably win by a touchdown, right around the number. But I'm getting 8.5 with the lowly Cardinals. I'll take the Birds, but this is a changeable bet. Battle of the Birds. A Raven would eat a Cardinal, but right now I'm going to take the Cardinals. 8.5 chirps.
I like it, Cam. Where do you think Mystery Tiebreaker Man is on this?
One? If I get this one wrong, I'm going to throw down the mic. He's on Baltimore. He's Ron Raven.
Correct. He's on. He's with Edgar Allan Poe.
If he took the Cardinals, I would be like, what? Come on.
One week he's just going to come and pick everything opposite of what he thinks you're going to think he picks just for the sake of it.
Maybe. But, he hasn't done it yet, Drew.
That's true. It's true. All right. The Kansas City Chiefs going to Denver to take on the Broncos. 2 weeks ago, they absolutely slapped them at home in Arrowhead. They just slapped the Chargers. They have been covering these big spreads, Cam. Like everyone says they can't cover the spreads. They keep covering them. So until they stop covering these big numbers, Cam, I'm taking them again. I don't see the Broncos doing anything again. I think it's going to be the same story we saw 2 weeks ago.
Apologies to Chiefs Nation, who all hate my guts. Great defense. I'll take Denver. I'll take Denver plus the points. The last time Kansas City played, hey, I remember Harrison Butker, 62-yard field goal to cover by the hook. Denver's playing a little bit better at home. I think the Chiefs win this game by 7 and just don't cover the number. I'm getting 7.5 with Denver. I think that's a big hook. I will take the Broncos, but the Chiefs, you said it, man. These guys are rolling. I think they find a way to just win this game by a touchdown, get out of Dodge. Give me Denver, but betting against Kansas City is betting suicide these days. They're 5-2 ATS on the year.
Yeah, and they got next week's their Miami game, Cam, in Germany. So are they looking ahead?
I kind of like. No, that's good. That's good for the Denver play. Then now they're thinking Miami and Germany. Yes. Just give me Kansas City. Andy Reid's one guy too. He wants to keep the team healthy. He sees the big picture. Denver. Oh,
they're probably be that team that flies out Monday morning to Germany to deal with the time stuff. Like they're not going to screw around with that.
Okay.
Maybe Taylor Swift's on there playing with them, Cam. I saw
maybe
they haven't lost with her in attendance.
I'm taking Bob Bronco, but it's probably stupid. But
all right. Where do you think Mystery Tiebreaker Man is on this one?
He's with the Chiefs.
Yes, correct.
Even though Mystery Bagman's not a real big Chiefs fan too. He's actually, you know what? It is. After he sold out the Buffalo Bills, he went to the Chiefs. That's his new team.
That's true. He's got him a Holmes jersey. We've called it. We got to send him one.
He's got a closet full of Kansas City attire.
He's just listening to Taylor Swift on repeat right now, too. Yep. Just dancing in his Chiefs jersey. All right. The Bengals going to San Fran to take on the 49ers. The Bengals have the 49ers and then the Bills coming up, Cam. This is a tough little stretch off their bye. 49ers, off that disappointing performance against the Vikings, are still 6-point favorites or 5.5-point favorites. This is a lot of points, Cam, but I'm still leaning San Fran here just because I like them coming off that loss. I think they wake up, but are we going to get healthy Burrow? And if Burrow is back to 100%, you have to take them +6, but we don't know. So I'm going to go San Fran here, strictly off a play of them disappointing on Monday night. I think they wake up for this game, Cam, and they win this one.
I agree. The world's down on San Francisco now. They're a different team at home. They murder teams at home. In Cincinnati, people can talk about the Bengals. I don't care about your bye week. San Francisco and Shanahan, these guys are seething. I can't believe it. They lose outright at Cleveland on a missed field goal and then to the Minnesota Vikings in primetime. Angry team. Niners I think they'll probably win this game by double digits, by 10 or 13. Give me San Francisco.
I'm trying to think, when's the last time you think the San Francisco 49ers lost 3 games in a row?
I don't remember. Not in many years, Drew. They're still a great football team. Let's call it for what it is. It's the NFL. And Purdy was not good in that game. You know what? The McCaffrey fumble really hurt. It was an early kind of thing that could have got them on the right side, and it gave Minnesota confidence. And it's a dangerous game you're playing. Every team in the National Football League, especially teams that are not bet and teams that are not as good, these primetime games, you almost want to take the team that who's got more money on the game. If San Francisco takes more money, I want the other side.
Yeah, and right now it's the Bengals. The Bengals are taking the money, Cam, and the line's even moving towards Cincy. So I think Vegas is worried as well, which that shows. I just smoked my hand.
Yes, you did. Wow, that sounded really. That sounded like you punch yourself. That was pretty crisp, Drew. That was that good audio.
Yeah, it was. Dude, I didn't curse. I almost did. The Chargers, Cam, Sunday Night Football, hosting the Chicago Bears. I don't think Fields is going to play. It looks like it's going to be Badgett again. And wow, what an impressive performance by the kid, Cam. I was on the Raiders, but what a performance. Do you think
my buddy Hainzer gave me a text? He goes, "Listen, brother, you're the quarterback whisperer." I go, "Thanks, man." He goes, "You're the quarterback whisperer." I go, "Thank you, Hainzer. I appreciate that." As he's in Mexico, going in the jungle. You know what, Drew? I'm not even going to give you an explanation. Chargers are basically now it's something that I do every day. And the minute I can't, I'm stuck for life now.
You're just betting them until they hit.
Literally, it's like taking my diabetes medication or a multivitamin in the morning. I have to bet them because the minute I don't, they're going to actually cover a game. Do you like Chicago in this spot? Chargers, they shouldn't be favored, but
Cam, I can't trust the Chargers to cover 8.5.
I can't trust them either, but that's why people are going to bet Chicago. Chargers, please. Actually,
people are betting the Chargers. It shows you.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're the publicly backed favorite. So I think even if the Chargers win this game, Cam, they're going to be up 14. They'll blow the cover.
Backdoor.
They might lose this game, Cam. Anything could happen with the Chargers.
You're right. I'll take them now, but Drew, this is subject to change on Thursday night. Subject to change.
Do you think Badgett's the real deal based off watching him play the one game?
No, he had a good game. Good for him. I like backup quarterbacks.
I'm seeing some people on Twitter start him over Fields. And I was like, okay,
enough. Come on. I'm happy for the kid though. He went to Shepherd
Where do you think
College.
Mystery Tiebreaker Man is on this one?
He's going. Oh no, this is a tough one. He's going Bears.
Oh, you got it. I thought you were going to go Chargers and think he got it.
He hates the lightning bolts.
Fair. I mean, well, Chiefs fans, they have to, right?
Well played, Drew. Excellent.
Cam, Monday Night Football, the Lions hosting the Raiders. Yeah. Lions got absolutely slapped by the Baltimore Ravens. The Raiders got slapped by the Chicago Bears. We don't know if Jimmy G's going to be back. Probably not.
I don't care if he's back. Hoyer, me, Jimmy G, dating Kelsey's mom. I don't care. Give me the Cats again. I'm back on the Lions. And you know what? The way they lost to Baltimore, they are going to take the Raiders and put them into a pretzel. Detroit by 14, please.
Yeah, my only worry is
I have a lot of worries.
well, my only worry is the Raiders D-line getting to Goff.
Yeah.
But this indoor in Detroit where Goff thrives, I think they absolutely smoked the Raiders as well. I think this is where the issue is the trade deadline is this week. So, like, Devon Dam's got to request a trade soon if he wants out. I know he says he doesn't want out, but, like, secretly we know he wants out. There's no way he wants to be in Vegas right now. But, okay, we're in agreement on the Detroit Lions. All right. Let's get into our best bets, Cam, and your Survivor selection. We can start with your Survivor, but once again, this show is brought to you by Sports Interaction. Head on over to sportsinteraction.com/SDPN. 19 plus, please play it responsibly. These are our bets of the week, and Cam's Survivor, who's still alive. He has so far taken Washington, New York Giants, the Dolphins, the Cowboys, the Lions, the Bills, and the Seahawks. Where are you going this week?
So have I taken the Ravens?
No, you have not.
Have I taken the Dolphins? Yes.
Yes.
Have I taken the Chiefs?
Nope.
I'll take the Ravens.
You'll take the Ravens. All right.
Even though I like Arizona to cover. Ravens escape the desert with a win.
I was going to say, you didn't like the Chiefs to cover either, so it was going to be weird. I think you would, if you still had Detroit, Cam, would you take Detroit over Baltimore or KC?
Yes, because it's a non-divisional game. Thing is, Kansas City's probably not going to lose to Denver. It's insane, but I worry it's a divisional game. Baltimore, they played so good last week. I worry about them like stubbing their toe in Arizona. I just think the Lions are going to absolutely annihilate the Raiders. So yes, if I did have Detroit, they would be my Survivor pick.
Okay, because I have both Baltimore and Detroit left in a Survivor pool, and I'm leaning. I don't know which one to pick here. I think they
go with Detroit,
win, but all right, maybe I'll take your advice. All right, our best bets, Cam.
Do you want to start?
You want to start?
No, you want to start
with your bronze? You want me to?
Yeah, I'm going to be a gentleman. Okay. You start, please.
All right, my bronze selection is the Dallas Cowboys -6.5 against the Rams. I think they absolutely slaughter the Rams here, Cam, like I said, by 10 to 20. So I have to take the Dallas Cowboys by 6.5. Call me crazy. I don't care what you want to call me. I think they win this game outright.
I don't think you're crazy at all. I'm going to make it a mineral pick, but I'm going to take it. I'm going to go from a more expensive mineral with that one. I'm going to start with the Pittsburgh Steelers as my bronze selection. I know it's a little bit tough to go against Jacksonville, Drew, but they're in a good spot. They're getting 2.5 home dogs. Let's give Pittsburgh credit. Their defense is absolutely lethal. This could be a week where Jacksonville stubs their toes. So I'm going to take the Steelers as my bronze selection plus 2.5.
I like it, Cam. Cam bronze, Pittsburgh. My silver selection, Cam, is the Tennessee Titans at home against the Atlanta Falcons. Nice. I like them plus 2.5. I think they win this game outright. So I have to like them as underdogs at home. Coming off a bye, I think Vrabel will have this team ready to stop the run. He stopped the run. Ritter has issues. Give me the Tennessee Titans.
I like the Tennessee Titans as well, Drew. It didn't make my minerals, but I'm having a tough week putting the mineral package together. I wish we could add like steel, graphite, aluminum, and other minerals, quartz, because right now all these games are the same to me. I'm going to go with Dallas as my silver selection. So we have one mineral that's the same, your bronze and my silver. I think the Dallas Cowboys annihilate the Rams. It's a bad matchup for Matt Stafford, even though I respect his toughness as an older player in the league and he's a punching bag. That Dallas defense, they're going to hit him early and often. Mike McCarthy, dude, like, I don't know. Are you playing for your job? Like, this team should be a lot better than what they are.
Yeah.
And I know senile Jerry Jones is going to lose his mind pretty soon. So give me the Star. Give me the Cowboys. They beat the Rams by 13. Silver pick.
Cam, if you were the Cowboys and you had the option between Prescott and Kirk Cousins, who do you take?
Kirk Cousins all day. Like, it's not even debatable. Kirk Cousins is good.
I agree with you.
Like, I don't understand why people. If you think Dak Prescott's better than Kirk Cousins, have you watched him throw a deep ball? Kirk Cousins, when he gets time, he shreds you. Like when he sets up. Like if you
agree with you, but a lot of Cowboys fans don't.
Well, they're wrong.
All right, Cam.
I think a real Cowboy fan would take Kirk Cousins over Dak Prescott. Are you kidding me?
I'm just
Kirk Cousins even actually does better. Like, he doesn't do good in big games. No, it's not his fault that the kicker missed it like an 18-yarder against Seattle in that playoff game and stuff. Guy's done his job. Like, what is Dak? You tell me what Dak Prescott has done in his career, his resume compared to Kirk Cousins. He's not even in his league.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thank you. I know people. Wow, like we're like the president of the Kirk Cousins fan club. You should send us some love.
Apparently, we are. All right, Cam, my gold selection. My favorite pick of the week is the New York Jets going to New York, take on the Giants, going to New York. I like them to win this game by 7-10. I think their defense is going to be too much for Tyrod Taylor and the Giants. I know Daniel Jones might play, but I don't know. That's still weird. I don't even care if he plays, to be honest. I like the Jets in this spot.
I do too, Drew. We agree on a lot of games this week. I can't make Carolina a gold pick, can I?
Do whatever you want.
I know I can. Can I make San Francisco? Ooh, there's so many things that I want to put in there. I can't put Washington in a gold pick against Philly, even though I like them. No, Drew?
I thought you were going to take the Seahawks, to be honest.
I am. I'm going to take the Seattle Seahawks as my gold selection, -3 against Cleveland. This might be insane, but I think Seattle shows up this week, wins this game by 7-10. They're favored by 3, short spread. Cleveland's good, but now they got to take their show on their. Actually, why am I picking Seattle? This is just a disaster. Yes, I will. I might switch it to Carolina later on in the week, but give me Seattle right now as my gold.
All right, I'm just going to write gold Carolina for Cam because come Thursday, this is going to switch for sure. There's no chance.
Dude,
you seem less confident in your gold pick than you do your silver and bronze.
I do. I don't know why that is. I like them all the same, Drew.
Fair enough.
Are you ready for Detroit or like what do I? Okay.
You already made the pick, Cam. It's Seattle.
I can't take Denver. Yeah, you're right. Okay, enough. Just cut my mic. I'm just thinking too much. Seattle.
All right. We will be doing our Halloween candy draft on Thursday, Cam, so get ready for that. We're just going to have 5 picks to pick our roster, and we're going to show the fans. They're going to vote on who they think has the better candy lineup. Worldwide candies are available, not just Canadian ones.
Oh, so not just chocolates? So there are other things too?
Well, whatever you get at Halloween. Like all the bags you get at Halloween, candies, chocolates, like you get to pick. Like
But we're not doing like chips versus chocolate. Like it's all chocolate. We got to keep it in
chips.
the same
like Halloween candies, not chips. So we're talking candy or chocolate. It's like
let's just do
whatever. Little bags
chocolate.
of Skittles can count. Like, I don't care.
Skittles, okay.
Well, don't you get little bags of Skittles at Halloween sometimes?
I like it. Yeah, I'm just not a real Skittles guy. I don't mind it, but I've never.
You don't like Skittles?
No, I don't. I don't. No, sorry. Sure. They were not something that I would choose. Like today, I went to the store and I was hungry. I had a Snickers bar. I chose a Snickers
different
bar.
Though. That fills you up. Skittles don't fill you up. That's what I needed.
Yeah,
I picture you, Cam. You're a Twizzlers guy, aren't you? You picture me as a Twizzlers
licorice. Guy. What are you on drugs? No, I don't.
Oh, really?
No, I don't know. I'm not. I'll eat it. My girlfriend loves licorice, by the way.
I could picture you. I just picture you sitting in a movie theater and instead of popcorn, you're eating
licorice. No, that's no.
Like,
okay. I just want to know just before we finish. Why am I a licorice man? Like, what makes me a licorice?
I don't know. It's just like I feel like you're just like you need something to friggin' chew on while you're watching.
I do like chewing on stuff. Know what I do? But the one thing that I do into Drew since I got this condition, I love pistachios, and they have to have shells. That's my snack that I take time at, like big bowls of them, because the ones you got to do the work. You got to put the work in. And work takes time, and then you have less of them. It's all in your head, buddy.
It's like those Spitz bags of sunflower seeds?
Yes.
I like the pumpkin seed ones better because they're already de-shelled and the flavor.
I don't like de-shelled. I want to shell them myself. I'm
not on a softball field, Cam. I don't need to be spitting shells everywhere. Like it's gross.
Oh, for God's sakes! There's a method to my madness, Drew. If they're already deboned or whatever, shelled off, you just eat them like a pig at the trough. If you have to actually do them with the shell, it makes you eat less of them. It's mental.
Okay. All right, fair.
Anyway,
fair.
So we're doing ranking chocolates next week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
you're a boneless wings guy too.
You and your coconut bars. Yeah. Oh, I'm a bounty guy.
Yeah. Hey, you like boneless wings or bone-in, Cam?
If you ever ask me that question again, like I'm gonna snap. It's not boneless wings. I told you, tenders, bites, or nuggets. Bone means bone.
Fair. I hate boneless wings.
No, they're not called boneless wings. They're called pieces. There's no. A wing
nuggets.
has a bone.
Yeah, they're called nuggets.
A tender, a nugget, or a piece. They're not boneless wings. That is my pet peeve. I'm going to lose it pretty soon, but I love it.
I hate that. They're like, oh, do you want boneless or regular chicken wings? I'm like, I ordered chicken wings. Like, I want chicken wings.
Yeah, that means bone, turkey.
Yeah. And ranch or blue cheese before we get out of there.
I like blue cheese, but a lot of people are
that's the right answer. People who like ranch, get out of here. You dip your wing in blue
salads. I'm a blue, but I'm an old school guy. I like my wings in blue cheese. I'm just old.
Cam, if you go to Buffalo and ask for ranch, they'll throw you out of the bar.
No, trust me. That's why I get along with people. Like, when I go to Seneca and stuff. When I say blue cheese with my wings, they're like, most guy even told me most Canadians like ranch. I'm like, I'm not that Canadian. Blue cheese. Let's go.
No chance. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us once again. Please rate and review the podcast. Click click subscribe on YouTube. It helps us out. It helps Cam out. It helps myself out. We will see you on Thursday for our pick updates and our props. They did pretty well last week, so let's do it again, Cam. We will see you on Thursday. Thank you.
This has been Drew and Stu. Presented by Sports Interaction, Canada's sportsbook. Follow Drew at Producer Drew and Cam at Cam Stewart Live. May the winners be yours and all of the best bets hit.